Okay, so last time we talked about emotions and ways that we could de-stress, but really there's nothing more important than the amount of sleep and the quality of sleep that you get whenever you're taking on emotions. And how you feel has completely to do with how much sleep you've gotten and all of that. So I'm going to interview Dr. Stewart now. This is Hal Stewart, Flower Mound, Texas. He's the awesome dentist that I work for. He's an expert in dental sleep medicine, in TMJ, and in overall oral health. So Dr. Stewart, can you talk to us a little bit about sleep?
Yeah, thanks, Landis. Sleep is so important. If you had a computer and you never turned it off, you know all the viruses that can creep in, and you know, if it stayed on for weeks at a time, you go in and you reboot your computer. There's so many things that are solved just by rebooting. If we're not getting the proper quality of sleep, we need good amounts of quality sleep. So minimum of 6 hours of sleep per night, but quality of sleep, where you go through the phases. Every phase of sleep is there for a reason. When we go into the REM sleep, we repair, our cells repair, our body heals, children grow. If we're being interrupted out of that REM sleep, we may still sleep all night, but if because of a breathing disorder, which by the way, the majority of sleep issues are related to an anatomical blockage in the airway, and we'll talk about that in another episode. But right now, the importance of sleep is like the importance of having your car tuned up, of turning your computer off and rebooting it, restarting it. It just, every morning, your brain is kicked back into to drive, and you're refreshed and you're ready to go. If you don't get that sleep at night, then you start building up chemicals in the body. Inflammation is rampant throughout the body. I'm talking inflammation on the cellular level. You might not necessarily have a rash on your skin or something that you can see, but that's what cancer is. Cancer is inflammation in the body at the cellular level. And the studies have shown beyond a shadow of a doubt that those people over a long period of time that get less than 6 hours of sleep per night are twice as likely to have some form of cancer than those that do not. That is a telling statistic to show you how important proper amount and quality of sleep is. And so I would tell patients, friends, family, anybody out there, there are great books that you can read about how important this is. One in particular is very easy reading, a great book. It's called 6 Foot Tiger, 3 Foot Cage. It's by Felix Liao, Liao. Dr. Liao is a mentor of mine and a great friend, and he's an excellent author. Get that book and read it. If you're not convinced in the first 2 chapters that he's talking about you or someone that you know, then you probably live in a utopian world, because you will recognize somebody in your life, if not yourself, in those symptoms that he talks about. Because our country has an epidemic that we're fighting along with this pandemic, but we've had an epidemic of poor sleep for many years now. And there is an exact reason for it. We'll get into that at a later episode.
So there is truth to sleep is the best medicine, isn't there?
Absolutely. That's where.
So thank you, Dr. Stewart. We will talk about some of those other things soon. Thanks for enlightening us.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Get a good night's sleep tonight. Okay. Good. So this one we can talk about. Last time we talked about sleep, and you mentioned something about there's an anatomical blockage of airway causing some, a lot of sleep issues. Can you expound on that?
Okay.
All right. Ready.
Hi, everyone. I just want to, Dr. Stewart mentioned some great things about sleep this last time, and I really want him to go more into maybe the anatomical reasons for blockage and the reason why Americans are not getting good sleep, or not just Americans, but people all around the world are not getting good sleep. Can you expound on that, Dr. Stewart?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Thank you, Landis. It's not just that they're not getting good sleep; it's they're not getting good air, oxygen. You can take two people, and one of them eat junk food, and the other eat very healthy food, and they both say, "Well, you know what? We're both eating," but that's where the difference is. The quality of food they're eating makes a difference in their health. The majority of, well, I'll just start with children. So many children, because of sinus issues, allergies, and underdeveloped jaws, have breathing issues. They breathe through their mouth. The quality of air you get when you breathe through your mouth is nothing compared to the air that goes through your nose. Air that goes from the mouth is not heated, it's not humidified, and it's not, it doesn't have nitric oxide in it. Air that goes through the nose is clean, filtered, humidified, heated, and pneumocytes in the nasal passages inject or introduce nitric oxide into that air. When that air gets into the lungs, the nitric oxide causes the blood vessels in the lungs to expand and dilate, and more oxygen is absorbed. That's why so many Olympic athletes train on nasal breathing, because it gives them the advantage, not just athletically, that's what they're doing it for, but it gives them an advantage in life in general. It just makes you healthier. So the reason that we have so many issues with that now that say we didn't have 200 years ago is because we are now into the 7th generation of post-industrial revolution. At the moment the post-industrial revolution started, food sources became more processed. People quit eating from the earth, they ate more from processed, mass manufactured food. Women went back to work. Not knocking women who work, I think it's wonderful, but one of the results of that was children were not breastfed nearly as long, and they drank from a bottle. When children breastfeed, their mouths and the little bones get worked, and their tongue goes up to the roof of their mouth, and it causes a nice wide arch of the upper arch, and then the lower teeth fit into that, and the jaws form correctly. And what's right behind our jaws is our airway. So if we have small jaws, which over the last 7 generations, jaw sizes are getting smaller and smaller. When we have small jaws, we have small airways. When we have small airways, we don't breathe correctly. When we don't breathe correctly, our bodies stay in a constant state of inflammation, and we don't get the proper sleep that we need. So that's it.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're putting a direct correlation in somebody's immune health and their immune system with their sleep.
Yes. Yes. When we are sleeping and breathing, not just sleeping, but 24 hours a day, if we're breathing correctly when we sleep, and we're getting enough sleep, our immune system is equipped to do what it's supposed to do. If we're not doing that, we compromise our immune system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, and year in and year out. That's why so many people suffer from so many diseases, all other things being equal, is the lack of proper sleep and the lack of proper breathing. The good news is that we can identify it and we can correct it, and we can turn people's lives around. And the younger we get to them, the better. So the answer is there.
I am so thankful for that. Even just since we've started practicing dentistry, there have been so many enlightenments with that. Dr. Stewart, we'll talk more about this soon. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much. You guys take care.